My first medal at the Senior European Championships was in 1977 when I was Junior European Champion. I won the Junior Europeans against Edgio Gamba in the final. And so I was selected for the Senior European Championships on the same year. And it was an amazing chance for me to prove myself at senior level. And I think that was a great thing of that time, is that we were able to get the chance to go out there and mix it with the seniors. And what I didn't know was that I would meet the current world and Olympic champion Vladimir Nevzorov in the semi-finals. And well, just looking at a photograph of him and I together when we were fighting, and my judogis were quite large then, looking back, and of course he's got a tailored judogi, looks the professional and the Olympic champion that he is, and I look like a junior coming through into the seniors, I guessed. And I remember thinking, well, he's thrown everybody for Ippon en route, and wow, what a formidable prospect for me as an up-and-coming youngster. And the strange thing was that I kind of felt excited at the prospect of meeting him. And I think excitement and fear are very similar, aren't they? It just depends on how you interpret them. And I was certainly excited anyway. And when I came out against him, first thing in my mind, I remember thinking was, he thinks he's going to throw me for Ippon. And it kind of aggravated me, I guess, in a way. And it turned out to be a really, really tough match, because I remember him attacking me for the first one that he normally did. And he normally caught people quite easily, certainly at that time. And I didn't go. And then, of course, every attack he did, he started to kind of almost panic. And I saw the panic on his face. And of course, I'd watched him very carefully. And I knew that if I didn't concentrate, he'd throw me. And that's it. You know, he would just throw me. He was that good. But I actually caught him part the way through the contest. And looking back, should have scored with it. But of course, his experience and his brilliant judo, I mean, it gave him the edge. And at the end of the contest, he got the decision. And I was close. And I remember Tony Matt was pleased that I'd ran him so close. And I wasn't very happy about it, really. I just remember thinking I could have won that. But on reflection, I mean, we were progressing quickly and making really good transition into the senior ranks. But I wasn't happy with the bronze medal. And I remember thinking I wanted more and that I deserved more. But, you know, a year can make a lot of difference. And a year of development and going into the European Championships in 1978, a year later, meant that I was going this time, because, of course, Nevzorov had retired at this time. He retired after that Europeans, actually. And going into the Europeans this time as one of the favourites. And in the semi-final again against Kruger of East Germany, I scored a Yuko with Seoinage, left-handed Seoinage, and thought I'll have another go at that. Attacked with the same technique, and he killed it dead. And I received a chewy penalty for dropping. And in those days, the penalty overruled the score. So I lost my second European senior semi-final, and this time I can remember I was devastated. And I remember coming out against Dvoinikov, and I remember conversation actually with Tony McConnell, and he said, you got Dvoinikov, and Dvoinikov in the 76 Olympic Games, because of Nevzorov actually, fought the weight up and got a silver in the higher weight of under 80 kilograms. And he was formidable, Dvoinikov. I mean, he destroyed everybody, but it was they had 1 and 2 in the same category in Russia. So anyway, Dvoinikov got the nod for this Europeans because Nevzorov had retired. And I had him here for a bronze medal, so it just wasn't going to be my day. And I remember just before I went out there, Tony McConnell's face, well, you've got the great Dvoinikov. But I literally took hold of him, threw him for a Yuko, then threw him for Ippon, all in quick succession. And of course, I just walked off as if it was an everyday occurrence. But of course, McConnell just looked at me and went, how the hell did that happen? But it was just one of those things. And I was coming through the ranks quickly and developing quickly. And of course, I think it was at this stage that I realized that I actually hated losing more than I liked winning. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But all I could think about the following year was beating Kruger. And of course, my great rival, Ezio Gamba, who was to become one of the very greats of world judo. And I think all of the following year, because of this, I went into lots of different competitions, but I had my eyes set on the senior European title. And of course, in 1978-79, I'd been experimenting at the higher weight category of under 78 kilograms. I was having problems with my weight. It was about halfway in between the weight categories. And so I did some competitions at 78 kilograms. I did some at 71 kilograms, but I didn't want to make the weight that often if I could help it. And of course, lost one British Open final under 78 kilograms, going up a weight category, and was devastated by that. That's another story. And of course, didn't go up. My intention was to go up properly after the 1980 Olympic Games. But anyway, for the Europeans, I dropped back down to under 71 kilograms, and once again, I was to meet Gunter Kruger in the semi-final. No mistakes this time, and I scored twice, which took me through to my first senior European final. And I remember thinking, I've got this, and I was very, very confident, and I had control all the way through the match. I had no doubts that I was going to win it. And here I met Ezio, who was my main rival, I think, under 71 kilograms, and of course, it was a tough match. It always was tough against Ezio. But I felt confident all the way through, scored with Tayatoshi, got a small score to win my very first senior European title. At last, I'd done it. I'd got my first senior European title. I'd had 2 juniors, and now I'd got a senior European title. The Olympic Games followed, of course, where, once again, I fought Ezio Gamba in the final, but I'll leave that story for another day.